Hello and good morning. Today is January 22nd, 2026, and you're listening to That's Old News, the daily download making old headlines hot again. I'm your host, Ainsley Harvey, and as always, we're looking at what went down on this day in history, which means we're rewinding it all the way back to 1528, where England and France declare war on the Holy Roman Emperor Charles V. Led by their respective kings, Henry VIII and Francis I, the conflict was fueled by the fact that Henry's first wife, Catherine of Aragon, was Charles's aunt and done pretty damn dirty by the English king, but mainly because of Charles and the Habsburg dynasty's expanding power, threatening both England and France. But also, like I said, beef over his aunt. Henry VIII, you're just nasty. Next, we go to 1645, where William Kidd, future pirate, is born on this day in Scotland. As a successful sea captain and a wealthy New York merchant, William transitioned from a successful privateer commissioned to hunt pirates to being accused of piracy himself. Happy birthday is in order today as well for Lord Byron, who was born on this day in 1788. The famous aristocrat became one of Britain's leading romantic poets, with his flamboyant, rebellious lifestyle earning him the description of mad, bad, and dangerous to know. Jumping up to 1827, and we have a big day for British naval history, with the Duke of Wellington being appointed British Supreme Commander. To deal with the scourge that was Napoleon Bonaparte, Wellington was also appointed the overall commander of the Anglo-Allied forces alongside the Prussian army, which ultimately led to Napoleon's defeat at the Battle of Waterloo. Meanwhile, the future of Europe, and indeed the world, hangs in the balance on this day in 1901, because Queen Victoria dies. As Queen of the United Kingdom and Ireland and Empress of India, Victoria's reign was marked by technological wonder during the Industrial Revolution, mass colonization and enslavement of various Indigenous peoples and their resources, and perhaps most famously, the placing of her own 9 children in various courts across Europe, expanding the reach and influence of Britain's power from Germany to Russia, just to name a few. Upon her passing on this day in 1901, Victoria was Britain's longest-serving monarch, a title now taken by the late great Queen Elizabeth II. The effect of her death would go on to rock not only Europe, but the world, with her grandchildren, British King George V, Russia's Tsar Nicholas II, and the German Kaiser Wilhelm I, becoming the main culprits of the First World War, which claimed the lives of over 15 million people. Speaking of those grandchildren, today is the day in 1905 that Tsar Nicholas II would find his people starting to rise up. Dubbed Bloody Sunday, a large demonstration of workers led by Father Capon marched upon St. Petersburg in Russia to the Tsar's home at the Winter Palace with a petition demanding fairer working conditions. Feeling threatened, imperial troops fired on protesters, killing over 130 people in the crowd. Meanwhile, this is the day in 1973 that the US Supreme Court legalized most abortions in the landmark case Roe v. Wade. The case established a woman's constitutional right to an abortion based on the right to privacy under the 14th Amendment, allowing states to regulate but not ban abortion before fetal viability. This ruling legalized abortion nationwide for nearly 50 years, striking down many state bans, until it was overturned by the Supreme Court in 2022, returning the authority to regulate or ban abortion to individual states, much to the outcry of women's rights groups and anyone with common decency. On a totally unrelated note, today in 2005 saw former host of The Apprentice and US President Donald Trump marry Slovene model Melania Nos. He was 58 and she was 34, and the couple tied the knot at the Bethesda by the Sea Church in Palm Beach, Florida. And finally, on this day in 2008, Heath Ledger was found dead of a suspected drug overdose at age 28. He was found in his Manhattan apartment by his housekeeper and masseuse, with the medical examiner ruling his death an accident, not suicide, highlighting the danger of mixing prescribed drugs. His death came mere weeks after he had finished filming The Dark Knight, the second installment in Christopher Nolan's Batman trilogy, with Ledger's portrayal of the Joker going down in history as one of the greatest of all time. He went on to earn the Oscar for his performance, which was accepted by his mother, father, and sister to a room of poignant and tear-filled stars. And that's old news from this day in history. I'm Ainsley Harvey, and we'll see you right back here tomorrow.